Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today, I want to do a bit of a reading for our collective here. I know that I did the main collective reading earlier today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if you feel guided to it, I would love for you to tune in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I come on to do our regular collective updates. But I like to sometimes post what I call mini readings outside of those videos. Now, they aren't always so mini because sometimes they end up being the same length as the main collective readings, which is a little bit funny. But nevertheless, here we are. And so there are many things I want to talk about here. And we're going to be using the cards to channel into some of what's been coming up a little bit more deeply. But there's one thing that I've really been kind of picking up on, and this is specifically for those of you who are on a twin flame journey, or those of you who have had the concept of twin flames be a very dominant part of your life, and more specifically, your spiritual experience. For the very specific collective that I'm speaking to, and by the way, I'm getting very strongly that this is going to be one of those videos that doesn't connect for everyone. It's going to be very specific, but the sense that I get is that your twin flame journey for the person I'm speaking to here played a huge role in your awakening. In fact, I'm hearing it shook you awake. It was the catalyst for your spiritual awakening. And this was soul designed. Your soul planned it this way. In connection with your twin flame's soul, you planned together to have twin flame be the vehicle that would actually wake you up to your true self spiritually. And I'm hearing that after meeting your twin flame or connecting in whatever way you consciously connected, there was a shakeup in your life, and most likely that is an understatement. And ever since then, there's been this process of realignment that's been taking place, almost in the fallout of what I'm calling the shakeup here. But I'm hearing the realignment is complete. Now, of course, nothing is ever complete in our evolution. We're always growing, expanding, changing, transforming. But I do feel like a phase here is completed. Like there was a period of time where after meeting or connecting with your twin, you had to go through this massive life shakeup. I'm hearing nothing in your life now really looks the same. So much has changed. And yet something about the energy beneath this bond has been a constant. That's not to say that you have a physical connection with this person at this time, because for some of you, you may not desire to physically speak to this person or interact with them, but nonetheless, their energy and the bond between the two of you energetically, just purely from an energetic standpoint, has been this constant throughout your journey in a way that's been really difficult to grasp even internally, let alone to try to explain to anyone else, because as we all know, this journey would be impossible to explain to someone who hasn't gone through it. It quite literally defies being explained because it can only be understood through being experienced. And this is also why a lot of people project a lot of judgment on the twin flame journey, and it's very understandable because one can see how this concept or this journey would be judged if you hadn't experienced yourself. And not everyone necessarily is meant to experience it, because there are many different vehicles to a spiritual awakening. This is just one potential vehicle, but the one that your soul chose. if this reading is for you. But what I'm hearing is, while this was the vehicle to wake you up spiritually and to send you into this process of realignment, it's almost like now that that phase of realignment has completed itself, you are being presented with a choice point where just because the twin flame journey was a vehicle for realignment doesn't mean that you have to still consciously interact with this journey in the same way from this point forward. Now, for some of you listening, you may desire to still keep this as part of your conscious identity, as part of your conscious journey, to maybe connect with, interact with, or even have a physical union or relationship with this person physically. That's entirely up to you. But for some of you listening, there is an alternate path or multiple other pathways presenting themselves where you can choose how things unfold into the future. I'm hearing what vehicles you choose now to continue expanding and growing spiritually. That is up to you. Yes, twin flame was your vehicle to awaken you, but it's almost like a literal vehicle. It's like that was the car that got you this far. Now it's like that leg of the journey is complete and you're getting out of the car, and now you're being presented with, yes, you could get back in and take that same car and keep going along the highway, or you could choose a different vehicle here in this car metaphor. And again, there's no wrong choice here. It's all about what feels most aligned for you, because that feeling of alignment is your intuition speaking to you, and that is everything on this journey. Really, I'm hearing that for the person I'm speaking to here, so much about this journey has actually been to reconnect you with your own intuition, to almost say to you, do you trust yourself enough? Do you love yourself enough to walk away from a person who you know that you have a very deep, ancient spiritual bond with? Do you have the courage to temporarily set boundaries with this person, or maybe permanently for some of you, to do the most self-honoring thing for you, for your human form, for your human life, even though you know that you have such a deep and profound spiritual bond with this person? And if you found this video, the answer for you has been yes. You've had the courage to love yourself that deeply. And I'm almost hearing that was the test. It's almost like a test presented itself where, and again, this won't speak to everyone's twin flame journey. Every journey is so unique. And for some people, they intend and experience a journey that is much more smooth in the physical realm and linear. But if this is for you, your journey has been anything but smooth and anything but linear. But it has been transformative. It has been beautiful in its own way, even through the chaos, and it has brought you back to yourself. And what I'm getting is, you made the bravest choice that you could possibly make on this journey, which is, I am going to choose what is best for me, even if it means I have to let this go or surrender this temporarily without knowing for sure if it's going to come back around again. I feel like that's what you said to yourself a while ago. I feel like that letting go happened a while ago on your journey, where you moved forward with your life, or you set boundaries with this person, or maybe you let them go entirely because it's what your soul was crying out for. But the complication is this bond energetically on that pure level beneath the surface, beneath all of the layers, beneath your human cells, has still been this perpetually glowing ember of warmth in your soul. It's always been this constant beneath the noise of everything else. I'm hearing it's like the quiet beneath the noise. However, in the physical world, I'm feeling that because of the circumstances or because of the wounding of the other person in their human form, I'm hearing the word trauma. So they may have gone through a lot of their own trauma in this lifetime. Specifically, I'm seeing something about the ages of 3 to 5. I don't know if that resonates for someone, or maybe those numbers are just significant to someone. But what I'm getting very strongly is I'm hearing like you passed the test. You chose self-love, even in the face of the unknown on this twin flame journey. And that is something worth celebrating. And because you passed the test, so to speak, not knowing where it was going to lead, not knowing what was going to happen, your twin flame is now also awakening. Now, maybe you've been aware of this process. Maybe you've connected with them physically through this process, or maybe you've sensed it happening behind the scenes, but it was only through your choice to let go, to say, if this isn't going to serve me and honor me in the physical realm, in its current form, then I love myself enough to surrender it. But because you had the courage to say that, it's actually created a kind of space that my guides are almost calling like a healing portal for this other person. Yes, it was painful for them at first, but now they're beginning to soften, they're beginning to heal and to open their heart in a way that they never would have done otherwise. I'm seeing, and I know that I'm kind of repeating this, but the guides want me to really emphasize how much courage this choice required of you, because you could have chosen to stay on that physical path with this person, but your soul was starving, is what I'm hearing. Your soul was aching. You were feeling so numb, feeling so empty, denying yourself in so many ways, all because you are so beautifully intuitive that you knew you had a powerful soul bond with this person. You knew that with every fiber of your being. And so you stayed for a while in a situation that was so deeply connecting to your soul on the one hand, but so profoundly denying your human needs for love and for affection and for reciprocity on the other hand. And you could have continued down that path and had more physical connectedness with that person, but at what cost? And I feel like the message coming back is like, the cost is you, and you loved yourself enough that you weren't willing to sacrifice yourself into that. But because you made that powerful self-loving choice, that has created the space through which this person is now healing. Because the complication of this twin flame journey is that it's all happening within us. Yes, there's that external connection in many cases, but it's actually a journey of self-love. It's a journey back home to wholeness within ourselves. So it completely breaks the model of love and relationship as we are taught it in society in a 3D form, because we are taught that love looks like sacrifice. Love looks like giving up parts of ourself transactionally for the other person and then receiving things in return. And it's very transactional in that way. It's very linear. It's something we understand consciously. It's something we see in these transactions on the surface. But twin flame journey is meant to connect us internally with the energy of unconditional love. A love with all of the internal blockages and barriers broken down, which ironically means a self-love, because unconditional love in its purest form is recognizing our wholeness and connectedness to everyone and everything. It's recognizing unity consciousness, recognizing that we are not separate from our twin flame, from anyone else on the planet. On an energetic level, we are all interconnected. And so what this means is when we love ourselves, we're breaking down those barriers, those walls, those blockages within us, and internalizing the energy of unconditional love in its purest form. And only in doing that can we then naturally radiate that super high vibrational unconditional love energy outward. And that is what twin flame love is here to teach us, which is why, and what I really wanted to get to in this video is twin flame love is contradictory to self-sacrifice and vice versa. So what you've probably noticed on this journey is when you sacrifice yourself to attempt to appease or please or change or heal this other person, your twin flame, it feels almost like magnets that have been turned around the wrong side, where they are like repelling each other, where there's disconnect and separation, coldness, distance. Whereas the more you focus on yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more that you're pouring back into yourself, the more this other person actually seems to naturally dance with that energy, the more that the two of you seem to be able to align harmoniously in the physical realm in whatever way that looks like for you. And of course, you get to define what that looks like or whether it happens at all. But there's the potential for that beautifully aligned and harmonious physical 3D connection with your twin flame only when you are turning your energy, focus, and attention inward into yourself. It makes you magnetic for your twin flame, but also for high vibrational soulmates, for anyone who is connected to you at a core soul level. And I'm hearing they love to see you pouring into yourself. They love to see you loving yourself in this way, like on the deepest soul level. And that's what I feel from this twin flame connection I'm picking up on here. I keep sensing this complicated admiration from your twin flame. I keep sensing that even though they were potentially traumatized or wounded energetically in their human form, it's like their soul is so deeply admiring the way that you've been stepping into your power lately, the way that you've been loving yourself. It's almost like even when you chose to walk away from them or you chose to temporarily disconnect from them, their soul on a higher self level was cheering you on, saying, "You've got this. I know you can do this. I believe in you." And that's the strange thing here. When you're in a twin flame connection, you're not just connecting with this physical human person in the 3D. There's this soul dynamic happening beneath the surface, but I guess we could also consider it like happening above, like on a higher level energetically. And when you are as sensitive and spiritually in tune as someone like you is, you're aware of both dynamics simultaneously, but I feel you've mastered that part of the journey. You've mastered the ability to hold both what's happening with your twin flame in the physical and to respect your need for potential physical boundaries or distance, or to honor yourself physically in your human form, while at the same time holding a knowing of what this connection is beneath the surface. I feel so much flowing through here. I'm getting the word creativity. So I strongly feel I'm picking up on a person who has truly learned the art of alchemy, meaning you've learned how to take your pain and alchemize it, transform it into art, into something beautiful, maybe into yourself. I do see there's something about your physical appearance that is literally glowing at this time because of this process of alchemy that you've become so adept at, because you've learned how to take that stored grief and pain within you, maybe even grief and pain specifically about your twin flame journey, and you've learned how to transmute that into something beautiful is what I'm picking up on here. I just keep hearing something beautiful, that you've made something beautiful out of all of this, whether that's you and your beautiful energy, whether it's a purpose that you've adopted or unveiled within yourself on a deeper level, whether it's something you're creating artistically or something you're doing for yourself, for a business, for your career, for your family. And I just want to say how beautiful it is. And I'm feeling this overwhelming sense of pride for you and for this whole community here, because I just want to say that we've all come so far. You've come so far, especially those of you who have been connecting with the channel since 2020 when I first started uploading videos here. And it almost brings me to tears thinking about all of the ways that we've grown and evolved and expanded together as a collective here. And all of the ways that our energy ripples outward and impacts humanity, impacts the people around us. I think that it's so profound and so beautiful. And I can't overstate what it means to me that you've shared this journey with me, your time, your energy, your love. And just thank you for being here, not just here on the channel, but here on the planet, because for someone as sensitive as you, it's not always easy. In fact, it's probably never been really easy to be on planet Earth. But I feel even with that density of this planet, you've learned to dance with the journey. You've learned to dance with that energy rather than controlling it. And that is the most beautiful thing. And I'm getting goosebumps all over while I say this. I'm also pulling the Healer of the Ages and Deceit in the reverse position. So yeah, there's a profound healing taking place. I was going to say within your counterpart, your twin flame, but my guides came in to correct me and say it's not just that. It's a healing happening collectively that you are a part of. And I don't say that lightly. You've created a butterfly effect of a ripple collectively that is literally changing planetary consciousness. With Deceit in the reverse, though, I feel that I'm hearing a true self emerging. The more that you've been connecting in with a truer version of yourself, which I feel you've now fully come into this state of embodying. I saw the number 2121, that represents mirroring. So yeah, your twin flame is mirroring that. Their true self is being revealed, not just within them, but to the world as well. They're removing some kind of mask here with the attachment card, even to themselves. Like they are no longer hiding from who they really are. That's being revealed more and more within them. But it's because of your courage in making the self-loving choice. That's what my guides keep saying. Like you made the self-loving choice even when it wasn't the easy choice. I'm hearing walking away was the hardest thing I've ever done. So I really feel that for some of you, you had to walk away from this person. But on a soul level, you knew that you were doing it in order to awaken them. Now, I haven't even gotten to the point where we talk about your choices and options and things opening up for you. And I'm not by any means just talking romantically. This is really big and really expansive. But I feel like this is also a really good stopping point for this reading. And I want to save that for a future reading video. So if you want more on that, let me know in the comments. And also be sure to subscribe so you get notified when I do post those future readings, downloads, and videos. But I also want to say that if you're on this journey, I've personally found subliminal meditation to be the number one most powerful and transformative tool in my own life. You are definitely someone who's very energetically sensitive if this material has been connecting for you. And so energetic hygiene is so important, finding some way to clear your energy, to release any kind of negative projections you may have picked up during the day from people around you, from society, to really come back to that core center of who you are, to allow your vibration to be in that naturally high, beautiful place that it is when you really are grounded in that core of yourself. And subliminals are really effective for helping you to do this. They are audio meditations that contain unconscious spoken affirmations that are embedded within other sound options and frequencies. And what this does is it allows the affirmations to bypass the conscious mind and make more lasting impressions on the subconscious, which is so powerful because it's actually our subconscious that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So personally, I have seen more results in all areas of my life using subliminals the last several years than any other manifestation technique I've ever tried. So I'm so passionate about them that I am now sharing my own library of them with all of you through my app, Sound and Soulful. So on this app, I have over 130 subliminals for love, relationships. There is a specific category for twin flames if you've been on a twin flame journey. There are subliminals for business, money, manifestation, mindset, and so many other things as well. There's so much to explore in the app. My personal favorite feature is being able to create custom private playlists, which I listen to my own playlists every single day. And you can listen to any subliminal in 10 different background sound options. So there's plenty of different sound options to choose from depending on your preference. Specifically for this reading, I would really recommend my subliminal called Love Magnetism, also Quantum Connection, which is a newer one in the app. And these together would be so supercharged for your practice. They will really help you to clear out any love blockages and really connect energetically with your highest timeline in love, whatever that looks like for you, to start magnetically calling in soulmates and high vibrational love connections. And even outside of love and romance, especially the Love Magnetism Subliminal will really help you to attract in a lot of support, positive attention, positive interactions, and those kinds of things as well. So again, these would be really powerful to add to a playlist, but you can also explore the affirmations in both and see which one aligns with you. And you can try them completely free for 7 days and see how they work for you for free when you create a free trial account in the app. So the link to download the app is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so I want to know about, there's just, by the way, the most beautiful sunset out my window right now. I had to share that. I love a summer sunset. Let me know what the weather's been like near you, or maybe just something that you're grateful about today, even if it is as simple as a sunset. I love finding those moments of stillness and beauty in a day. It's almost like meditative within itself to just notice something beautiful and kind of get lost in it for a second, even if it's something simple. And I don't know why this is coming up in this twin flame reading. It's almost like maybe that represents your energy on this journey, like you've learned to no longer be so much in your mind trying to figure things out, but just enjoying those moments of stillness, those moments of beauty. This is an era of massive success for you. With the Victory card, with the Deceit card reversed, this success is going to be a reflection of your inner authentic self that you've learned how to connect with and that you've been radiating. This is very important to note. The opportunities, the people, the successes that you're attracting in, they're coming to you as a result of the authentic frequency that you are radiating. And that's an amazing thing because it means that these things are also sustainable because they're connecting with you at the very core of yourself. I'm hearing they're reflections of you. They're like extensions of your own energy. With the Four of Swords reversed in the World, okay, so I might be speaking to someone who's been in a period of rest. I'm hearing there's been some kind of lull either in your life or in this connection. Maybe you've been healing from burnout, or you're not even really sure what you've been burnt out from, but you've just needed more time to rest, to sleep, to meditate, to care for yourself. But I'm hearing that this is actually part of the preparation for some of the very powerful things coming to you. For some reason, I'm hearing no matter what path you choose, you're going to succeed regardless as you stay connected to your most authentic self. Because what I'm picking up here is you've learned how to embody that authenticity. Now it's bringing in many, many different timeline opportunities, all of them of a very high caliber and a very high vibrational frequency. And I'm hearing you can even jump between these high vibrational timelines and options and opportunities without necessarily needing to solidify anything, but they're all going to be deeply fulfilling to you. And I'm hearing use your intuition as a compass. Surrender. Don't try to control the process. Stay connected to your most authentic self, and everything will flow naturally, but also in the most beautiful and powerful way. There's a card that flew so far away. Okay, so first of all, prior to this card that was trying to run away, we had the Hierophant. So I see that one potential path is going to be something more conventional, traditional, but of course still connected to that authenticity within yourself. So I have to say, if you are single or dating, not married, this card to me says there's going to be opportunity for marriage, for a very committed long-term connection, a marriage, whatever you want that to look like. For others of you, I see this being I'm hearing mainstream. Maybe you can do something that's more conventional or in the mainstream, but you are transforming that mainstream space by bringing your authentic energy into it, which is definitely something being emphasized here. I'm also seeing with the Six of Cups that there's going to be an opportunity here, again, another potential timeline to reconnect possibly with childhood friends, high school friends, for some of you if you went to college friends, people that you knew at other phases of your life. It's almost like some of these individuals are, I'm hearing that they're hearing your frequency again, almost like for a while you were shut off. You were in kind of like a hermit mode that was a necessary cocoon of transformation. But now you're being revealed not just to new people that you're encountering and strangers, but even revealed in the sense that people who may have known you from past phases of your life are suddenly thinking about you. And those who are connecting with a higher energy within themselves will be able to access you, reach out to you, connect with you. And of course, you can choose if you want to reconnect with them from that higher place. But I'm hearing opportunities to connect with old friends, people from your past, but in a higher energy. That seems to be something coming in for you. I'm also seeing something about attracting a consistent, reliable, heart-centered connection with the Knight of Pentacles, whether that's romantically, platonically, or a blend of both. And in connection with this, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse position. It's almost like someone missed an opportunity with you and they don't want that to happen again. Like they're now seizing an opportunity or trying to take a chance with you to show you that they are consistent and reliable and committed and serious about you. I mean, this could be your twin flame for some of you coming back. This could be someone else connected to your past. I'm getting a very nostalgic energy. So this could be someone connected to your past who regrets not taking an opportunity with you in the past. And now they have this very gentle, steady, consistent energy towards you because they want to prove to you that they can provide that for you. And they want another chance to take that opportunity here. That's what I'm getting very strongly. I'm also seeing something about opportunities to travel with the Three of Wands. There's Aries and fire sign energy coming up here. And another card flew out here. Justice in the reverse position. I feel like there's something coming up here about you letting go of a feeling of responsibility for other people's growth, healing. I feel like this is a journey you've been on, like you've learned how to set those kinds of emotional and energetic boundaries. But there's something here about making sure with the Seven of Pentacles to keep investing in what matters to you, to keep investing in yourself, and to not take responsibility, I'm hearing, over problems that aren't yours, that you didn't create, and also that because you didn't create them, you can't really solve them. Because I feel that you have a very generous spirit, but there's something coming up here about being careful of other people potentially trying to bind you into their problems or their drama, staying free-flowing, staying above it all here, and staying committed to your own peace, your own harmony, the path that you've earned vibrationally, in a sense. With the Four of Wands in the upright position, I'm just hearing stay connected to that path, stay connected to your path. So I didn't expect this reading to be so long, but you brought a really beautiful energy here and there was just a lot coming through. So thank you for tuning in. If anything here did connect for you, of course, I would love to hear from you in the comments section. You can also follow me on Instagram at @magnetize_yourself. And for those of you who don't know, I am now creating channeled music as well, which I am so beyond excited about. I've only created one song so far, but I just got the instrumental track recorded for my second song, and I just got a wave of chills because of my own excitement for this second song. I feel like it's going to be so powerful. Each song, by the way, is meant to be a channeled energy, a channeled message for, sometimes I feel even very specific people are going to come through these songs, just like in the readings. Other times it might be more so for a certain collective or group, but they're meant to be kind of like a message in a bottle for each of those energies as they come through. And yeah, that second song should be available within a couple weeks. But if you do want to listen to my first channeled song, which is called Go On to New York, it's on most streaming platforms under my artist name, Songs by 𝗬ncity𝗏. You can also follow me on Spotify directly, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box. And yeah, if you do follow me on Spotify, another benefit of that is you'll be the first to know when this second song drops. It seems to usually hit Spotify first. So if you want to stay updated on my music, you can do that there. And if you would like to utilize these subliminals I mentioned earlier to deeply reprogram your subconscious mind, to magnetize your energy for love, for positive attention, for connection, for your highest timeline in love, then the link to get my Sound and Soulful app and try it out for free is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Otherwise, I am going to close things out here. Thank you so much again for tuning in today. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful remainder of your Monday or whatever day it is where you are in the world. And I will see you here again in the next video.